house. Put the washing out about 5 hours ago when the sun was out, and I went up to the bedroom to watch Netflix, and the girls fell asleep on the settee, and I found out it's been raining. Not too wet. I didn't do a video yesterday. I did a live for about 7 minutes with 2 people in there, but it didn't go too well. I appreciate the 2 people who was in there. I won't be doing one of them again. I did go to the shop today. I went to the shop to get some bread and milk and 1 bottle of Pepsi Max, obviously. I also got some liver. I'm having liver tonight. I've not had liver in about 5 years. So yeah, I've just got into that Sunderland Till I Die season 2. I'm about 10 minutes off the end. They've just got to Wembley again, and then I had to go downstairs. But yeah, it's crazy. I love watching stuff about like behind the scenes of football and what happens, and like the actual owner Stuart, the other guy, is an absolute dick. I don't think he's there no more. But the way he speaks to women, or speaks to human beings, disgusting. Ugh. I washed my jumper, can you tell? It's a little snug. So I want to talk about something what Ben Brown, one of my favourite YouTubers, has spoke about in one of his vlogs recently. Is about addiction, shall we say, addiction to things. I find it very similar people. Obviously he's a posh lad from Surrey, and I'm like a bit of a Leicester lad. But it doesn't really matter where you're from or how you're raised. You know, we're both lads at the end of the day, and we've both got very similar personalities, whereas he speaks about how he's got an addictive personality, and I do as well. And I think he's an Aquarius. I know I am. He's into star signs and stuff like that. Not really a big fan of star signs, but you know, some people believe in all that jazz, don't they? But I have a very addictive personality. Like I smoked for a long time of my life. I started smoking when I was like a teenager at school, and then it just got worse and worse. And then it went up until when I lived in a flat by myself. I was on something like 40 a day, and that's when cigarettes were still reasonably cheap. I mean, they're extortionate now. Cigarettes are extortionate now. I've also had problems with alcohol, bad alcohol problems for a stage of my life. Also, again, alone in my flat. And at the moment, what it has been for like the last 10 years at least, a severe caffeine addiction. I don't drink tea or coffee. I've never tried tea or coffee in my life. But I do drink pop. I drink Pepsi Max, as you know. I drink a lot of Pepsi Max. To the stage where when I worked in an office, I used to drink 3 cans, what I'd take to work with me, and then 2 litres when I get home. Now I know that obviously that's not good for your insides because of the Spartane or whatever it's called, which is inside you. But it's just, you know, there's something I'm feeling. I despise full fat Coke. I despise like all that kind of thing. I think the sugary taste in them is disgusting. But then that's the whole idea of having this replacement for sugar is an addiction. Obviously, whatever they put in there and the caffeine makes you hooked on them. And last week, especially, where my Costco, you know, obviously we've been usually going to Costco for 8 2-litre bottles at a time. They've really come short, you know, and I didn't have a Pepsi Max 2 days ago until 12 o'clock in lunchtime, I think it was, and I had a severe migraine, and I've had it before, and it's kind of like controlling it now, where you've got to tell your body. I think these kind of things are a great time to try and come off it. I'm getting a bit of a fuzzy head now. I went to the shop and I've got a 2-litre bottle of Pepsi Max, which I've not opened yet. It's in the fridge. I still got 2 little bottles left over, and I've had 1 little bottle for breakfast with my breakfast, which was about 11:30. And I'm getting a bit of a fuzzy head now because I know it's my body needing the caffeine, just like my body needed the cigarettes. And it's all about training your body to overcome it. With cigarettes, it was a case of I smoked heavily, and I drank heavily to the stage where, you know, it could have easily killed me. I used to wake up gasping in the night, and that's also mixed with my sleep apnea, which anyone who knows anything about sleep apnea is deadly anyway, let alone if you put in the factor of alcohol and cigarettes. And I'm just being past loads of balls here. And I went to the sleep clinic after 15 years of gasping in my sleep and stuff like that. And they put a machine on me and they made me go to sleep, obviously, and they counted 72 disturbances in 60 minutes. Now you do the maths. That means I stopped breathing 72 times in an hour. Or my heart was irregular. And I went back to see the consultant, the doctor lady, she was a lady. And she sat there and she just said, look, we can take your tonsils out. I can tell by the way you're talking to me that you're a mouth breather. So, you know, you're 32 or whatever you are. And it probably won't help. Some people could go operations, this, that and the other. But what you need to do is you need to change your lifestyle. Now, there's one thing I don't do is I don't lie to the doctors. If they say how much do you drink a week, I tell them. Okay, I told them I was on 40 cigarettes a day at the time. And the first thing she said was, you need to stop that now, because at this rate, you would definitely be dead within 5 years for a heart attack or a stroke. And I walked away from that consultant and never smoked since. I threw whatever cigarettes I had in my pocket away. I made Jackson basically quit. And you know, I couldn't be around someone who smoked, and she was kind of like almost a casual smoker anyway, so it's not as if I forced her to quit, but I said, like, you know, this isn't good for me, this isn't good for us. And I cut alcohol out for a long time as well, a long time. Now I drink sensibly. I know my limits and I can control that addiction. I will never ever in my entire life ever put a cigarette in my mouth again. The thought of it makes me feel sick. I didn't get them cravings at all. And I think that's because I genuinely value my life. And especially more now, because I've got this little fool in my life. And the only person can stop you. You can go to these meetings, you can go online, you can get these tablets, you can get all these things. But unless you're willing to do something about it, then it's not going to happen. So if you smoke and you drink heavily and you want to quit, then don't waste your money on fucking classes or tablets or pills or whatever. You just do it for yourself. And I'm a firm believer in that, because I managed to do it for myself, because the doctors said you will die. Now, obviously the doctors always going to say that, but they had the facts and the figures in front of me saying you will die, and this is how you will die. I could still die of sleep apnea at any time. It's scary. But by cutting out them elements, them addictions I had, it kind of like adds a couple of years back to my life. Like, my biggest fear right now is literally losing my child. Or not losing my child, well, yeah, losing my child, but, you know, leaving my child behind, her growing up without a daddy. That's why I'll never smoke again, and that's why I'm sensible with alcohol. I had a bit of a moment last year at a friend's funeral where I drank heavily and had a bit of an altercation with family members, but I think I'm pretty much cool now. You know, it was like a one-off. So yeah, I just thought I'd let us share about addiction and treating them addictions, and my advice, not that you asked for it, but my advice is that the only person who can help you is you. So stop looking for other people to help you. Do it yourself. shit got serious, didn't it?